security is all of us business. So what we are trying to do at the level of the Liberia National Police is to incorporate the public, involving them in the issue of the fight against crimes. You know, we have this community watch forum. Under the community watch forum, we have the community watch teams that are being established in each communities so that they can assist the police with information on crimes. And this is really, really helping in the fight against crime.
So how soon do we expect, the full number to be achieved? How soon are you planning some recruitment exercise, or how soon do we expect to see that?
That's a nice question, but I will not be definite to say this time or this time, because all of these trainings are hinged to budgetary issues, and if not budgetary issues, international support. Right now we are expecting to commence training of over 200 officers, recruits, and that initiative is going to be performed by the International Narcotic and Law Enforcement Agency, a US-based organization that is working in Africa to train, African security. So INL is about training some recruits, and gradually, as we get, some support, there will be opportunities for training of, new members of the Liberia National Police.
With the limited, let me just put it that way, because you initially targeted about 9,000 and now you have just a little over 4,000. What is it like in trying to deploy them across the country at the police station, at the police depot? How many do you have there?
Well, this is very challenging. You hear, recently I heard there was some advocacy from Grand Cape Mount, of a Grand Cape Mount official calling on the LNP for more deployment of officers. And if you look in other counties like Bapolu, River G, River Cess, Grand Cru, you will find out that officers deployment in those areas are negligible. Why so is because that's what we have, and so we're working with what we have. But
so let's take for a county, the Grand Cru. How many officers you have there?
I may not be exact with the number, but we have a little over, let's just say, a little over, let's say, close to 10 officers
in a whole county.
In a whole county. So it tells you it's negligible. Very, very negligible.
But it's the police leadership. Are you really? Is it a concern to you? Because to have a negligible deployment of that.
Let me point to with you. Why wouldn't it be a problem to us? Well, why wouldn't it be an issue to us? It is. It is an issue to us. However, we are very optimistic. We are optimistic that efforts will be exerted in training, willing individuals, because and the new dynamism or vision of our training is going to be decentralized training.
Okay.
Well, what we've observed,
decentralized training. What do you mean?
Yeah, what we've observed is that to some extent we've had people trained, vetted from Monrovia, trained. And when they are, being sent to these areas or, these counties, the first thing is there are no, extra incentives. And I must say that. So when you send someone from Monrovia to go to maybe like River Cess County, and that person doesn't have, extra incentive, you expect that that person will find ways by which they will either choose to leave the force or, give you flimsy excuses. So what we're trying to do now is to concentrate training in a decentralized manner. That is, we're going to be training people from, Grand Cru, interested persons who want to serve, from Grand Cru residents of Grand Cru County, trained and deployed in Grand Coup.
But has the police suffered that, where you train people, you deploy them, and they left the police force?
Well, we've had people running out of the police for greener pasture. That's why I said initially there were 5,000 officers trained. Of that number, we've had people who have left the force for greener pasture. They've gone into other sectors, either in the private sector or other sectors, because of seeking greener pasture. Some have traveled other country and are living lives other country, and some have fallen incapacitated to perform. Some have fallen sick, some have died, so that has reduced the number to what it is.
With all of these challenges that you've just highlighted to us, how are you tackling the issue of crime across the country?
Well, I must tell you, our officers are doing a marvelous job, irrespective of all of these human resource gaps, budgetary gaps, logistical gaps. Our officers are doing a marvelous job.
When you say marvelous
job, I'm speaking in the context of saying that these officers are making the extra sacrifices.
How?
Extra sacrifices. They are going beyond the core of duty. And I'm going to break down because you want to know.
Yeah, because the layman out there want to know.
They're going beyond the core of duty. Some of these officers are even using their own resources. Their own resources to do police work. For example, some of the things we do, you have to bend over, because you see, Saba, when you come to public service to serve your country, it's not just about what you get. It's about service to country. Some of these officers have the vision of serving their country, irrespective of what they get, whether they are getting the millions or not. They've come to serve their country. And so, whatever the case is, whether resources are coming in, whether they have the logistics and whatever, they are working 24/7. Like one of the court, if anyone will call here from Riverside County, they will tell you the Riverside commander is one of our outstanding commanders. Community policing wise, very excellent. Lofa County commander, very excellent. Community policing wise, very excellent. And some of our commanders around country, Bond County commander, very excellent. Community policing wise, very excellent. So these officers are working. How are they succeeding? It could be a question. They are succeeding with the help of the communities that they work with. And some community dwellers understanding the challenges of the police and not only wanting to call on the radio and vilify the police, because we have a kind of culture where people are prone or interested in calling on various radio stations. The police is doing nothing. The police is weak. The police is this, but not understanding the challenges confronting the police, and irrespective of these challenges, the efforts that individual officers are making in ensuring that there is a level of sanctity, to our country.
In terms of logistics, uniforms, in terms of vehicles and equipment and all of that, what can you say also?
Well, we are in dire need of vehicles. We are in dire need of vehicles. Saba, if there is any need for any
What's for the uniforms? Because sometimes you see.
No, I'm going to speak to that.
Okay.
But I'm trying to look at it. If there's need for any, if a crime was being committed somewhere, and you needed an immediate response, police response, you need to have vehicles. If not vehicles, you need to have motorbikes that will commute the officer there on the crime scene with immediate effect. So we are in dire need of vehicles. We're in dire need of motorbikes that will make our officers to move with time to crime scenes, so that it also reduces this whole criticism on the public. Oh, when you call the police, they will take their own time to come, but they don't understand that sometimes the police itself is challenged with
When you
vehicles.
say these things, they tend to give us the impression that apparently your budget is not being properly managed.
No, not so. Why would we think that our budget is not properly managed?
I'm asking.
Why would someone even insinuate that? If our budget is not properly managed,
Because I'm sure you have a huge budget, and apparently it's not being properly managed.
You say what?
Because I'm sure you have a huge budget.
You say
you don't?
A huge?
You don't have a huge budget.
No, we don't. Our budget is somewhere around, let's say, a little over 13 million.
30 million.
13 million. Maybe
Is that not huge?
In a simple Liberian, we say 13 million.
Is that not huge?
Of that 13
Cattle?
million, of that 13 million, 13 million goes towards personnel costs.
Paying the police.
Personnel costs, yeah, salaries.
Buying stationaries.
No,
just paying the police.
Personnel costs.
Wow. Okay.
13 million. And
how much are you paying each of the police officers? That 13 million, so you use that for just paying the police officers.
Police officers.
You got just a little over 4,000 of them.
The minimum salary of a police officer is somewhere, around 150, 175.
And you have all 13 million. You still crying foul.
Wow, why should I cry foul? No, someone. Let's face it. Let's be serious. The thing is, of that, the operational budget to the police of that little over 13 million is a little over 600,000 for operation. So that's why when we appeared before the legislature, we told members of the Senate that it is true that you guys have the leverage to call the police leadership or the joint security here, but we're asking you look into our budget. Security comes first. With security, everything falls in. In the absence of security, nothing works. So we're asking you, members of the legislature, look into the budget, not only of the police. We do not want to be selfish. Though I'm here to talk about police, but the police is head of the joint security. So look into the budget of the joint security and allocate money. We're not saying we want all money because we know things are not not easy.
The government has a competing priority.
Yeah, competing priority. And one of those priorities could be, of course, the first priority could be security.
No, first one could be health.
Well, why would you say health? Okay, security.
Okay, Moses.
Okay.
Another issue in our country that I can say that keep pushing the police on the wall is the issue of confidence from the locals across the various communities that you people have the responsibility to protect. For instance, there was a story of a young lad who was murdered along the district number 12 area some weeks ago. And
Dixville?
No, not Dixville. I think around Balanceville to New Georgia belt.
That's Dixville.
Dixville, yeah. There was also another situation where a violence erupted, a post-electoral violence erupted in district number 15, and there was also another issue where let me say, somebody was found dead, and all of these cases. I would like to know what sort of approach has the police been taking in order to restore the confidence in the various communities across the country.
We have taken proactive approaches.
Okay.
Under this administration of Honorable Patrick Sudu, we are prioritizing what we call proactive policing and not reactive policing.
Okay.
What do I mean is we do not want to wait for the upsurge of, the increase in crime or violence before we say, let's do something. If you can recall recently, or a few months ago, we had a 2-day conference, stakeholder conference at the SKD under the theme, Say No to Violence, Yes to Peace. We brought together the 17 electoral districts of Mansourata County. They were fed for 2 days and they were transported under the sponsorship of some, partners of the LNP, and we were able to initiate that successfully. And what were some of the issues discussed? We discussed issues of mob violence. We discussed issues of mob justice. We noticed people are prone to taking laws in their own hands. And the excuse thereof is that some people do not have confidence in the justice system, or the police is not trustworthy.
Isn't that justifiable?
Whatever the case is, that's not justifiable.
Okay.
We've sent people to court. We've sent people to court. People have been convicted. People that police have sent to court have been convicted. I always like to cite scenarios of our own. There was an officer who, commando in a red light belt, Roosevelt Damon, who, killed a motorcyclist. Roosevelt Damon was investigated in line with our professional standard investigation. He was charged, forwarded to court. Today, Roosevelt has been convicted for 25 years in prison. So, do we have justice? Yes, we have. Are there remedies to our issues? Yes.
So
when
do you think people will be prone to violence when they don't have mistrust in the police?
The issue is not just about the police. If you look at the environment, our own demography, you find out that we've just come from years of violence.
That's long years. Long years now.
No.
We celebrated more than 5 years of peace.
So most of the people who are perpetrating this violence, how old are they? How old are they? So most of the people who perpetrating this violence were born in war. They are in their 20s. They are in their 30s. They were born in war. So it's not just we say, oh no, we just left from their nonsense. These people were born in war. They saw violence. There is a need for enough civic awareness. And that's why we are prioritizing community policing. This coming school year, we are taking community policing to another level. We've met with the Ministry of Education. We've presented to them, we've done a PowerPoint presentation to the Ministry of Education. We are taking the police to the schools.
Do you have the resources?
This school year. Whatever I told you from the initial that we are sacrificing.
Okay.
If we wait for all of the resources to be available before we do our work, that's not going to help our country, security-wise. So we are taking the police to the schools. We are going to be talking about impact of drug on our young generation. Why will a young man want to take knife and
It's the spokesperson of the Liberian National Police, Moses Carroll. Moses, let's look into some of the cases I currently have on your docket. What's the status of this case involving Justina Taylor now? Where are we with that?
Well, to the best of our knowledge, Justina is still under medical care. She's still under medical care. And while she is under medical care, she is being meticulously guided, looked on by the Liberian National Police. We have our officers at the Cali Hospital who are ensuring that Justina Taylor is protected and that she is in good health. And after which, when she shall have been discharged by the Cali Hospital, we took her to the Cali Hospital. The Cali Hospital will turn her over to us. We will take her to the headquarters of the Liberian National Police so that she can provide information to us on the grave allegations she made in a Facebook feed indicting the government of Liberia and some individuals in the government. It is time that people will be very, very mindful of how they speak, especially how they say issues that have national security implications.
So
we will not allow anyone to provide information to the public without being able to substantiate the information that is being provided to the public.
what is the condition of Justina now? Is the police concerned about that?
Well, Justina is, like I said, she's under medical care. Well, we cannot say...
Whether she's recuperating,
I
or whether she's...
What I can tell you is that Justina is responding to medical care. She is responding. I cannot be definite to say she has improved, because that is going to be left with the medical...
But have you been able to also pick up maybe those connected to alleged flogging? Have you been able to pick up...
We have not spoken to Justina. The only thing Justina did was she drove at our Zone 8 base and told our officers that she was injected, and the next thing is she was rushed to the ELW hospital. The ELW hospital could not handle a case. They referred her to another hospital. We took her to SOS. SOS also could not handle a case. And so we took her to Cali, and that's where she's seeking treatment. She has not officially spoken to
have you
LNP.
spoken to the medical
That's why I told you, upon her recovery, we definitely will begin speaking with her.
So follow-up question that my colleague asked. Have you spoken to the medical doctors?
We had a conversation with the authority at the Cali hospital, but that conversation was not centered around, the health of Justina.
Okay.
Specifically, the Cali hospital had come to us and said their patients felt intimidated with the presence of police officers, and we had to make them to understand that Justina being at the Cali, our police officer being at the Cali hospital was on the basis of her issue that had gone worldwide. People even insinuated that Justina had died on Facebook. When she lied in a Facebook feed, unconscious. People went on Facebook and wrote that this government had killed Justina. So that issue is of national security interest, and we are not treating it like
so
that.
How many police officers you have?
We have officers that are routinely serving, and
on a daily basis, how many you have there?
We have 2 on a daily basis, and there are other officers on surveillance.
Is she cuffed to her bed? Do you have her handcuffed to her bed? Or?
Well, we don't have her cuffed to her bed.
Okay.
Yeah, but we have our officers at the door.
At the door.
At the door.
Okay.
District 15 has come under a very serious spotlight as a result of some political tensions. Before this time, the police was able to move in and to restore some calm. I would like to know, the police was also informed to undertake some serious precautionary measures in District 15 to avoid the issue of political tensions that we experienced recently. How is this process going?
Well, to the best of my knowledge, everything is going on well in District 15, ahead of the conduct of the by-elections tomorrow. While I was coming here, I received, a call from a resident who said that there was some level of violence. But like I said in our release this morning, we are not going to tolerate any level of violence. And we made it emphatically clear that any supporter of any political arrangement, representative of candidate Talia Yuri or candidate Abu Kamara, engaged in any form of violence, such individual or individuals will be arrested and made to face the full weight of the law. Liberia, if we must have investors' confidence, investors coming to Liberia, it behooves our individual comportments as Liberians. Elections will come and elections will go. Residents of District 15 will always continue to live as residents of District 15. Why fight for candidates?
So have you put in place any deployment of police officers?
Our officers are currently deployed in District 15 as I speak to you.
Okay.
our officers are deployed. And tomorrow, there will be huge deployment in District 15.
Yeah, I report there's an ongoing violence there.
That, if there is any upsurge of violence, you can rest assured that that violence is being taken care of by the police. And I will definitely inform you as to the outcome of
what arrests were made.
Yes, but I can tell you for free, we ourselves are on alert. We want to make sure that we can protect the peace and security of our country, because this is our responsibility.
Okay, police spokesman Carter, what is the status now of the case involving the deputy for operations of your own?
I just want to say this before we move to that, that tomorrow, as the rerun is going to be conducted in District 15, we have sounded a caveat, or you may call it a warning, to all party supporters of the two candidates to stay away from grouping tomorrow. We will not allow any grouping in the district and in the vicinity of the National Elections Commission. Any grouping of supporters, such grouping will be dispersed by the joint security. We have the joint security info tomorrow. We have also urged political party leaders to exercise control over the supporters. And not only exercising control, but to also comport themselves in the best possible manner that will promote the peace and stability of our country.
Okay, so what is the issue with the case now involving your own deputy for operations?
We are making progress. We are making progress. Yesterday, we received at our headquarters the chairman of the Coalition for Democratic Change, Honorable Molu. We had informed the public that Honorable Molu was expected to appear at our headquarters on yesterday, latest by 12 noon. And Honorable Molu appeared at our headquarters. Honorable Gray was not able to appear. According to Honorable Molu, at the time of his appearance, Honorable Gray was not in the country, and Honorable Gray arrived late yesterday evening. However, Honorable Molu has affirmed his commitment to working with the police, coordinating with our investigators, cooperating with our investigators, in ensuring that those who perpetrated the attack on our Deputy Inspector Generals are turned over to the police.
When?
He was not specific up to the time, but we're optimistic that that will be done in the soonest possible time. In the soonest possible time. Because we don't have any time to waste.
Did he admit to the police that your deputy for operations was
He regretted the situation. He expressed regret of the situation and assured the police of ensuring that those who perpetrated the act will be turned over to us. And so we remain very optimistic in ensuring that the chairman of the CDC will live to his words.
What happens if he doesn't live up to his words? What happens?
The law will take its course.
In what way?
The law will take its course.
Because you don't know the perpetrators now. Are you going to hold the chairman of the coalition for the action?
Well, it's not good to jump the boat. But when we get there, we'll decide that. But the only thing I can say to you, the law will take its course in this precedence, in this case.
But he was not able to be specific as to when he's going to turn those people over.
He will turn over those who did that
in as soon as possible time.
We are very,
that is relative.
We are very optimistic that he will live to his words.
But that is relative. You don't know when is as possible time.
In these sort of criminal investigations or in these sort of investigations, when you are dealing with persons of interest, you have to be a little bit moderate in dealing with persons of interest to ensure that you can get what you want to get out of them. We did not invite Chairman Molu as a suspect. There's a difference
He
between
was invited as what?
a person of interest.
A
There's
person
a
of
difference between being a suspect. A suspect is one link to the commission
So
of a
if
crime.
I told that he will not live up to his words to make those people available, those who perpetrated the acts, you're going to invite him as criminal?
Well, we'll look at the worst case scenario. But in
so-
the worst case scenario, the law will take its course.
So what's about Representative Akaros Gray? How soon is he going to appear?
Well, our understanding is that Honorable Gray has just arrived to the country, and we know that he will definitely appear because he was supposed to appear yesterday. I've not been able to make follow-up on our Deputy Inspector General of Police for Crime Services, but I would definitely speak to him to find out whether they made contact with Honorable Gray. But we are also very optimistic because remember when we had the last situation, when we invited Honorable Gray, he availed himself with the issue of Honorable not Honorable Yeke Kulba, but Boy Cooper on 9th Street, where he was alleged of ordering the flogging of a businessman. He availed himself and went through the investigation. Honorable Gray was not culpable. We went through that investigation impartially. Honorable Gray was not culpable. As a matter of fact, we made references to the people that were on the scene when the incident occurred. The lady who sells the grill, the bouncer wrote a statement, the bouncer who sits at the Shatan Bar on 9th Street wrote a statement, and all of that. In none of those statements were Honorable Gray indicated. Honorable Gray was invited based on the claim made by Honorable Boy Cooper, businessman Boy Cooper. And that's why we invited him and he came. So the fact that he came the last time, we know he will come again. So we are hopeful of him coming.
But not sure as to when.
We are hopeful. And we know that is going to be done in the soonest possible time, as the chairman of the party has done.
Do you have a serious attachment? And do you have serious interest attached to the alleged flogging of the deputy?
Why wouldn't we have...
Because people are telling you, I'll make sure to avail the perpetrator in time, in the soonest possible time, without any attaching any sort of time frame. Yeah.
The issue is, why wouldn't we have serious interest in this investigation?
Because people are not telling the time frame.
No.
That's the one they're going to make the perpetrators available.
So if you tell us, you appear and you tell us, say, allow me some time and I'll get back to you, what should we say? You will do it now?
And fix a time. And fix a time. Maybe in a week's time or in a few days, I'll provide the perpetrators.
So in criminal investigation, we want to be very careful how we provide information to the public. Like I said to you, Honorable Molu will not, in his own wisdom, if he does, we will use our own investigative, tactics to get information. And let me let you know, outside of Chairman Molu, providing us information as to some of the people who perpetrated the act, some persons of interest outside have already started speaking to us. So we urge the Liberian populace to remain very calm. This investigation is of interest mostly to the police. Why? Today is Marvin Sakor, Honorable Marvin Sakor. Tomorrow it could be Moses Carter. And the next day, it could be the Inspector General. So we put ourselves in the shoes of our Deputy Inspector General for Operations. And that's why we're not taking it lightly.
Moses, let me go back to community policing with you. Another issue that is eroding the issue of confidence from the people to that of the police is that a lot of the people keep complaining that every stage when a complaint is brought to the depot, that police officer who sits behind the desk is demanding for some little sum to buy copybook or pen to handle their case. And when that is not done, the poor man or woman will not have justice. What are you doing at the level of that authority to ensure that this kind of a complaint do not repeat or are not repeated in our communities?
Thanks so much, Burma. Let me say it categorically. No citizen is supposed to pay 1 cent.
But when you pay, they can't handle your case, man.
come here. No citizen is supposed to pay 1 cent to any police officer to register a case or to withdraw a case from the police station. If you go to any police station, and that's the way out now.
Okay.
If you go to any police station and you are asked to register a case or to pay money to withdraw a case on the police station, call this number. Let me just say these numbers. The General Commander for Montserrat County. That is for those of you in Montserrat County. If you are in any of the counties around the country, you can refer to the county. I may not have the time to provide you all of the county numbers, but you can just refer to either our county commander or our zone and depot commander. But for the sake of those of you in Montserrat County, because in most cases, most of the complaints, I know they are also unique to other parts of the country, but for those of you in Montserrat County, you can call 0770 800 117, 0770 800 117, or you can call 0770 800 142. These are the two commanders of Montserrat County. You can always refer to them and they will take immediate action. More to that, no officer is immune to be complained. If you find out any officer that is proceeding outside of the call of duty, that officer deserves to be complained. What do you do then? Call this other number. This is the head of our professional standard division that is responsible to investigate officers' misconduct. Here is the number: 0770 800 128, 0770 800 128. When you call the chief of professional standards, he will definitely give you a way out of how you can complain a police officer of engaging himself or herself into misconduct in the discharge of his or duty.
Okay, so let's necessarily turn down to interact with the spokesperson of the Liberia National Police on 0880-514-096. Again, this first caller is on the line.
Hello, your name and where are you calling from?
Hello?
Your name and where are you calling from?
Thank you for giving me the privilege this afternoon. My name is Jeremiah D. Perry and I do join you.
Hello? Oh, we lost that caller. Hello, your name and where are you calling from?
Hello?
Your name and where are you calling from?
Thank you, sir. My name is Raleigh Fala and I call from Monrovia.
Okay.
I listened to Moses Carter well. And this Moses Carter guy that I know him to be humble and been very educated in few years back. But this is a interest story for him. This is a lady who has left. There's a series of allegations. She has been victimized in the process. Instead of the police spokesman, he has much talking about she will be called to the Liberia National Police for questioning or any kind of thing. Is he not concerned about the health of this lady, not telling us as to the status of this lady at the medical hospital? He's only emphasizing on the woman is being guided by security. It's an intimidation. Why is the Carter is not cognizant of that? This is a human interest.
Thank you very much.
They have links from members of
Thank you very much.
Involved. Is that making interest to it?
Okay. Hello, your name and where are you calling?
Let me appreciate your student guest this evening, Honorable Master Carter, for appearing to by this studio. Let me say this last year in favor that we are highly regretting the National Police these days. The National Police is not able to say they are being bad by this current government. Everything the police have been concerning the Babylon gets to double A. They used to have been concerning Mosque and that of the Honorable Mayor Police. We sat here and then we observed that the manner in which we were arrested, to bring disgrace to him, more especially the Honorable Mayor. or there on the motor car will commit that criminal crime. If our citizen put the down and for you to make sure they send him abroad. After all, until he can't say, and then they impacted him. And according to Boko Boy last time where I listened to you, and make that in a method, can't go on in the video. Because the camera are picking up.
Just hold
on.
on.
I'm surprised to hear my motor car telling me now.
Hello?
This is misinformation.
Hello?
And then that's
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
Caller. Hello.
Yeah.
This is Moses Carter talking to you.
Okay?
This is Moses Carter talking to you.
Okay, yeah, let's think of the Carter.
Okay, just hold on. Just a minute, hold on. You know, what makes my job very difficult is public perception, especially people now wanting to get the actual story or the fact, about situations. Instead, we'll go running with people's account. I will appreciate you. My number is 0770 800-122. I want you 0770 800-122. Come to the police headquarters. I'm going to give you all of the statements that we collected. I should not be doing that, but this is just to provide you some information. People should be cognizant of going beyond information, establishing the facts, other than just calling and providing accounts on people's side of the story.
Okay, let's get the caller.
Hello, your name and where are you calling from? Good evening, your name and where are you calling from?
And really, to the information machinery on the Moses Carter.
Good evening.
Manual and Kutia for this week. Basically, Mr. Carter, for small us, we have no doubt, especially to the position you accept. So you have come on the table with our knowledge and that is called you. And that's why we continue to tell and the constitution of the Republic of Liberia was clear. And it also very general. So meaning each and every one of us need to be responsible so that this society that each and every one of us that we cherish and get to one. Let's stop being lawless. Let's be a law-abiding citizen so that Bureau can be a better place that each and every one of us can.
Okay, thank you.
Hello, your name and where are you calling from?
Really, Saba?
Good evening, your name and where are you calling from?
Thank you, Saba. My name is Tony Tonidino Babosino, the calling from Dubo and the Spirit. And let me say good evening to Honorable Carter.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Carter. Mr. Carter, we are in Bonnie country, we are banned marginalized, and actually we are banned. And actually, like let me look at the world, we are banned on saying that actually the police and are not in our interest because especially Bonnie country, district number 3, we have only 4 police officers in our country. Now, things okay in our country, which will go on at the end of the day, the second run away because no police.
Owen, he shouldn't go. Go in right there. Saba, I beg you, Owen.
Hello?
Saba, Owen. No, Saba, I beg you. Because when people leave the line, they don't listen.
Hello, Tosia, Tony,
My friend. Hello. No, don't go.
Hello? Yeah.
My friend, I am also a son of Bomi County.
Yeah.
I come from a town called Kwanyondi in Bomi.
I know Kwanyondi.
Very well. To hear you say we got 5 police officers in Bomi County, that's not true.
Names of the land.
We got officers even assigned at Clay. We got a police depot at the Clay.
Okay, let's take this final call.
Hello, your name and where are you calling from? Hello, your name and where are you calling from? Hello?
Good evening, Saba.
Good evening, your name and where are you calling from?
Thank you, Waman. This is Pastor David. Let me say good evening to Bureau Moses Carter.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Thank you. I want to appreciate you this evening for that school. Responsible.
This line is
Along the line, people have been on average. Police have actually been working, so I want to say thank you. Then one police person with all the things we are providing all this information.
Thank you.
So I want to say thank you for the angle of national response defense team. You've been one person that we have followed and we have forced to ensure that you be recognized. So I want to say thank you. Continue your work. to ensure that life and property are also saved in Nigeria. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Okay, so Moses can respond to
Let's talk about the issue of Justina Taylor. You know, some of the reason why I'm trying to have people on the line, as you know, we try to provide this clarity, because sometimes when people jump off the line, they tune to other radio stations. That's what they do. Instead of following until the end of the show, when they jump off the line, they go to another radio station. Let's look at the issue of Justina Taylor, that is currently at the Cali hospital. Justina Taylor, I said, is responding to what? To treatment. So why will somebody call and say Moses Carter is not concerned about the health of Justina Taylor? If we are not concerned about health, why do we have officers looking after her well-being? We want her to survive so that she tells us what she knows, so that she gives us facts. We want her to do that, because whatever we put on social media has a reflection on our country. In the international community, people are reading from different spheres of life. So will somebody be supporting somebody just coming on Facebook and writing or portraying an information that is not factual, which you allow it to go like that? Absolutely not. But besides that, Justina has even had while she is at the Cali hospital, she has placed a call to the Inspector General. I will not discuss the content of the call, because it has security issues. But she has reached out to the Inspector General. So that tells you that Justina is responding. And we are concerned about health. That's just to clarify that. So the other caller that said Bomi has 5 police officers. That's not true. Bomi has more than 15 police officers. Those officers, some of them are even assigned in Tottenberg. Some of them are assigned at the Clay Junction. Some of them are assigned at a police station called Bar. I think you know Bar. When you go to Grand Cape County, Bar. So to say, oh, Bomi County has only 5 police. We know, before we come on radio to speak to issues, let's get facts. So one of the challenges of this work is people are moved with sentiments. They are not interested. The brother that I just gave my number to, and to the rest of you in the public, you are welcome to call me at any time. My office is a public office. Visit me at any given time and request for any information that I provide to the public. Let me give my number again. 0770-800-122. That's my number. 0770-800-122. Whatever information that I release to the public is public information. There is a law, demands, that give the right to every citizen the right to information.
Thank you very much, Moses. Thank you for your time, and thank you. Really appreciate it.
Welcome, Saba. Thank you so much, and thanks so much to you, Burma JV Burma.
Yeah. Okay, that's just how we go home, man. On this presentation of the Bumper Show. And thanks to all of our listeners, all of the callers. Thanks to our guests, Dr. Arvin Donan, the first guest, and Moses Carter, our last final guest for the day. So, my brother, what you have to say? So we can go.
Just to say thanks to our people who listened and also placing their various calls.
Oh, okay.
We want to call for a very peaceful election tomorrow in district number 15.
Okay, so we hope